Hey y'all, today I'm going to work on a zipper pouch and it's going to match this pink fabric here, a mama bag that I had made. So I'm going to make a zipper pouch to kind of match it. But in the inside, I'm going to use this pink fabric here. And so I'm going to show y'all a little bit how I make my zipper pouch. So hold on. Okay, so I have a pattern here. I just measured and traced out my pattern and just put it on a piece of paper like this. And so I am going to, I can find my pattern weights. Okay, got another one somewhere. Well, that'll do. Okay, because I don't know, I've got pattern weights everywhere here, but I don't feel like looking for them. So I'm just going to cut it out. And you want to cut out 2 pieces. So I just folded it over. And I'm going to cut that out. Just like that. Okay, so we're left with 2 pieces, just like this. And then next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some interface, and I'm going to fuse it onto this fabric, and then with my iron, and then I'll come back and show you the next step. Okay, so I fused it onto some interfacing, and I'm just going to cut it out. And I like to I like to leave some space around it, because once you quilt it, it's going to shrink up a little bit. So it's always best to leave a little room around. So looks like this. So I am going to go over to my sewing machine and I'm going to quilt some lines, probably about 1 inch apart or so, and then I'll come back. Okay, so I made a line. I drew a 1 inch line, and so I can just follow this line and then quilt all the way across. So here we go. And that is the first line. So I will continue quilting the lines, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so all the lines have been quilted on both. And now I am going to cut around all the interfacing, and then I am going to go ahead and embroider what I'm going to put on the front. I think I'm going to put on here all the things, because I'm giving the person that is getting this pouch, they might want to put their stuff in there. They might want to put wipes, diapers, whatever the case may be. And so I'm just going to put all the things, and we'll get this on the embroidery machine, and then we'll get ready to sew it up. Okay, so here is my hoop, and I'm going to use this cutaway stabilizer, and I'm just going to measure it pretty much just like this. I won't use this whole sheet, but I need the whole sheet so I can cover it up. And so what I like to do is just I like to float my projects, so I don't actually put them inside the hoop, depending on what they are. And so make sure this is loose on top. And then I'm going to sit this inside. Well, wrong way, that's why I wouldn't sit in there. Just like that. Well, y'all see me mess up? No, it's okay. Okay, so tighten this back up. And then I'm going to sit this in here just so I can kind of see about where I want to put it, like right here. So I'm going to go to the machine. So what I like to do is I like to go to the machine and I like to mark it on the machine and then come back and then base this on with my basting spray. Okay, so I've marked it where that little blue dot is. Can you see it? Okay, so that is where my center is. So that is where, whenever I go put this on the machine, that is where it's going to stitch out. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do it like that. Okay, so I find where that blue dot is, and then I'm going to place it where that blue dot is, and I'm going to base it down with some basting spray to hold it in place. And that's called folding. You just lay whatever you're going to do on top of here and not put an actual hoop. So I'm going to put that down, then we'll go over to the embroidery machine. Okay, so I'm going to change the thread to this lime green. Put it on like this. Cap on, make sure it's secure. That. And then so down. I like to take my scissors. Just snip that. And let's go. Oh, it says my bobbin thread might not be enough. So I'm going to take this off, and then I'm going to put another bobbin thread in. Yeah, see, it's not enough. So we'll do that right quick. And it's going to stitch out. So I'm just going to watch it stitch out, and then when it gets done, I'll come back and show y'all what it looks like, and then we will finish on with the pouch. Okay, it's all stitched out. So I'm going to remove this from the hoop, and then we are going to cut everything out, and then we'll get ready to sew it up. Okay, so I like to use zipper tape. You can get these from Amazon or wherever. I think I got these from Amazon. So I'm just going to measure. I like to keep it a little long at first, and then I'll just cut it later. But I'll measure about right there. I might keep it a little longer, and then I can cut it later. Okay, and then I'm gonna I found this cute little green zipper pull, and put this zipper pull on real quick. And that's all it is to it. And I'm gonna just even this up real quick. And it kind of frays a little bit, but we'll get that with the lighter. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to take your top piece, and I think I still have it figured. Okay, I do like this way. So you're gonna take this, your first piece, and you're gonna put it face down, and kind of just put it in the middle, and then we're going to clip it down, just like this. And then, so it's gonna be face down here, and then we're gonna take our lining piece, and we're gonna just put it right on top of there, and same thing, we're just gonna clip it down. Okay, just make sure everything's even. And so I'll just flip it around just to make sure it's all even in there. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the sewing machine and we're gonna go sew all the way down, and then we'll come back. Okay, now I'm just gonna sew down on top of that zipper tape, and just go all the way down. And I use a big zipper tape and not the small one. I just like the big one better. So anyway, I am going to line up the other side just same way. Just putting the pretty side down on top of the zipper tape and pinning that down, and then come in with my lining plate piece and clip that also, and just make sure everything is even on both sides. And then we'll just sew that down the same exact way. And once I get through sewing this down, I'm going to go over to my ironing board, and I'm going to press everything down flat so it lays nicely and neat. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to just go about an eighth of an inch away from the zipper tape, and just do 2 straight lines on each side, and just like that. And when I get done with that, we're going to just clip it, everything right sides together, and I'm just going to use some clips. But make sure you take your zipper pull and you pull it down, and so you can open up your bag, because if you don't, then you're going to have trouble turning it inside out. And so once I do that, I'm just going to clip everything together all the way around. And at the bottom on the lining side, I'm going to leave that side open about 2 inches. That way I can go in and turn the bag right side out. Once again, if you don't, then you're going to have an issue turning your bag out. You're not going to be able to turn it out if you don't leave a hole. So I'll just go all the way around and sew everything down. Usually use a 1/4 of an inch sewing machine, seam allowance. And so once I get everything sewn down, I'm going to go over and I'm going to clip my corners and clip off that zipper tape, the extra, pull everything out, make sure it looks good, and then I'll just sew the hole up, and that's it. Then you will have your bag. It'll be all nice and neat and cute looking, and that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.